Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing. I just wanted to make a quick video today because I've been noticing a real explosion of income investing influencers or YouTube channels, which is a good thing. I mean, but sometimes not. So, I like to consider myself the OG. I've been doing this for years now. But especially on the US side, you have really an explosion that's happening of these income oriented products like the Yield Max and QQQY and JEPY Defiance, and there's more and more. There's FEPI now from Rex shares or something like that. There's Curve Invest that are launched their own competition to Yield Max. There's Neos, right? SPY Eye. There's SVOL. So on the Canadian side, it was there for a long time, and there's a lot of action, but there's a crap load of action on the US side. So a lot of newer channels, new influencers or finfluencers are covering these ETFs. And if you just put QQQY or JPY, you'll see a bunch of them. And you'll typically see a lot of these crazy thumbnails, right? I mean, obviously these thumbnails are to try to get your attention and try to get your clicks, but you'll see a lot of things like this, dividend disaster. This is probably my favorite one on QQQY, the shocking truth, other things like that. Of course, you'll see my videos there as well. This one's mine here. I try not to do the crazy thumbnails. This one I was really like, okay, I gotta cover the risks on QQQY and JPY, but my thumbnails typically look a little bit more boring because I'll be honest with you, my primary focus is not clicks. I honestly don't give a crap because I'm financially free. I do this for fun. My number one priority is always to educate you and try to get you the most, here it is. Here's mine, accurate information, right? But if you put QQQY or even SVOL now, you'll see all kinds of stuff, right? All kinds of nonsense, if you ask me. I've been seeing a lot of false information about ROC, for example, because SVOL started doing ROC distributions lately and things like that. So I just wanted to make a quick video, guys, more for my newer members or newer audience members. I know if you're a veteran, you're obviously going to laugh at these thumbnails and you're going to see right past it because you obviously know how these funds work. But for newer investors, if you're a newer income investor, it could be quite daunting. And I've been getting a lot of questions lately about QQQY, JPY, SVOL, about the risks and the ROC and things like that. And there's one particular channel I want to focus on today. I'm not trying to single her out or anything. It's Victoria Media. So in case you didn't know, us in the YouTube analytics, we could see what other channels you guys are watching. And Victoria is now the number one channel that my viewers are watching besides me. I guess you could say that. So I've watched a few of her videos, and I have to say the first time, she gets good views, really high views. I think she's actually Canadian, by the way. I was looking at her Instagram. I was trying to figure out if she's Canadian or not. It looks like she is, and it's so funny because she's recently, like, her latest posts were she was in Panama. Like, how funny is that? What a coincidence, Victoria in Panama. But I think she's from Toronto, so I think she's Canadian, and she covers mostly US listed stuff, I believe. And the first time I saw her thumbnails, I'm like, you know what, this girl is a genius, because look at these thumbnails. First of all, look at her shocked face all the time, right? It's a shocked face, but she puts this Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, like they're tweeting or something like that. And obviously she's very smart with the thumbnails. Very, very kudos to her on that idea. But one thing I just want to warn you guys about, I'm not trying to single out her channel. Obviously, I'm going to talk a little bit about a video she's done now, but I have to say, Victoria, if you're watching, you have a great channel. I think you're very smart. You're very attractive as well, for sure, which is a great thing for the videos and stuff. But you're also very intelligent. You're also very articulate as well. So congratulations on your success. If ever you want to do a collaboration or something, reach out to me. I would love to do a video with you, because obviously you seem like you're covering a lot of these income oriented investments. Maybe you're an income investor that's financially free like myself. So would love to contact you. But back to my audience now. I'll give you an example. So SVOL here, she recently came out with a video on SVOL, why I sold everything. And in this video, she talks about how SVOL changed a little bit. Now they added the AGGH ETF and they started giving out some rock. And she talks like negatively about SVOL, and I guess she sold it all. So this is something you guys got to be careful with, because in this video she literally said that SVOL has become more risky, when in reality it's actually the opposite. SVOL has actually become less risky, as discussed in this video here with the SVOL fund manager. So one thing I want to tell you guys is, it's funny, the high views typically go to the people with the best thumbnails, but you know, this video here, for example, she got 17,000 views 10 days ago. My video 4 days ago has 6.6. I don't think I'll ever get to 17,000 views. And I'm not saying I'm jealous. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I don't care about that. I wish her well and congratulations to get more views. But my point is that in this video, I actually bring on the fund manager, the guy who invented SVOL, the guy who manages SVOL, to talk about SVOL, the strategy update, the rock. And the truth happened to be that SVOL is actually less risky now, not more risky. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is, you got to take everything with a grain of salt when you hear influencers talk about certain funds. Especially, you know, I know I think she predicts things. When there's predictions, I always don't like that. I don't like anyone who actually, you know, predicts things. And she has good video editing, obviously. You know, there's explosions sometimes, but my main concern is really, if you're a newer investor, for example, and you invested in SVOL, you watch something like that, there are some people that will just dump their funds, and I don't want you to do that on account of a influencer saying certain things, including me. I don't want you to just take everything I say and talk about face value. I try to stay away from predictions and things like that, and I always try to get you. This is why I always get the fund manager to come on the channel, guys, and I always find it bizarre that my fund manager Q&As always have lower views than even my own ETF review video on the same ETF. I always found that bizarre. You should always go to the fund manager videos, and they always get the least amount of views. I find that's very, very strange, but I guess it's just human nature to click on these. You're attracted to the thumbnails, and that's completely fine. There's a lot more competition. You're going to see even crazy amount of thumbnails. I just, you know, you just got to be careful. And I have to give props to Victoria here, because in this video, she actually says, you know, SVOL is getting riskier. But then in a newer video where she talks about, you know, other things, JEPI, JEPQ, SVOL, why I sold, which, you know, if she's watching, I don't do any predictions. Trust me. Adopt a buy and hold strategy would be my advice to you, Victoria. You're very, very young. You're a lot younger than me. But anyway, like I said, reach out if ever you want to have a discussion, you want to do a collab. But in this one, she actually said that Simplify reached out to her, and she's going to make a follow-up video. So obviously Simplify watched this video and there was some inaccuracies. They contacted her. So at least kudos to her. She says, okay, she's probably going to come out with an updated video. So anyway, the point of this video really was, guys, be careful what you see. Don't take everything with a grain of salt, including me, by the way. And the information that's the most accurate is always going to be on the fund manager's website, and it's always going to come from the fund managers. Those are the videos you should really pay special attention to. And this is why I always try to get these fund managers on the channel, right? JEPI, JEPQ, I think I'm the only YouTuber who got Hamilton Rainer, the guy from JP Morgan, to come on the channel. And there's JEPI and JEPQ videos that have much more views than that. For me, it doesn't make sense. You want to hear from the guy who's actually managing the fund, not a influencer, right? So just a quick video to make sure, you know, just to be careful and take everything with a grain of salt, including what I say. So, you know, that's all I want to say in this video. So see you next time.